Hello, I'm Nisha Pandey and you're watching Prime Times News. Let's start with the headlines. The House of Representatives endorses the bill to amend the Citizenship Act 2006, which was returned by President Vidya Devi Bhandari for a review without any changes. The lawmakers of the House of Representatives becoming irresponsible, attendance on meetings decreasing under various pretexts, some lawmakers busy with health treatment. No consensus on seat allocation between the ruling parties, although there is a theoretical agreement to form an alliance in the upcoming federal and state assembly elections. Efforts ongoing to manage seat allocation. Russian President Vladimir Putin offering money to women to have 10 or more children to restore the country's demographic crisis that emerged due to Russia's population declining and its military suffering heavy losses in Ukraine. And signs that the relationship between the All Nepal Football Association and the head coach Al Mutairi worsening. Now news in detail. The House of Representatives today endorsed the bill to amend the Citizenship Act 2006, which was returned by President Vidya Devi Bhandari for a review without any changes. The bill that was endorsed with a majority vote will be sent to the President's office again for authentication after it gets through the National Assembly. After sitting on the bill for 14 days, Bhandari on Sunday returned it to the lower house with a 15-point message and comments on 7 provisions of the bill, urging Parliament to review it. However, the House did not review it as the ruling parties decided to resend it for authentication without any changes. Speaker Agni Sapkota announced that the bill to amend the Citizenship Act returned by the President for review with comments has been endorsed by majority votes. Of the total 195 lawmakers present, 135 voted in favor, while 60 voted against it. While the ruling party lawmakers voted for the bill, the main opposition, CPN-UML, stood against it, arguing that a national consensus must be forged before its endorsement. It was put to a vote after some 80 cross-party lawmakers participated in the deliberations, giving their views for and against an immediate endorsement of the bill. While most ruling party lawmakers demanded it needs to be endorsed without revision, the opposition lawmakers insisted on a review. When the Parliament session starts, the number of lawmakers attending just to receive the allowances but then leaving the Parliament is increasing. Due to the practice of appearing in the Parliament just for allowances and then leaving, the Parliament runs even without the 1/4 of lawmakers which can discuss and pass some important public agenda. The meeting has been adjourned many times without reaching the quorum. The presence of at least 79 people representatives is necessary to reach a quorum in the 275-member House of Representatives. In today's meeting, Speaker Agni Prasad Sapkota announced the names of MPs who were absent for 10 or more consecutive meetings. There are 15 MPs who were absent from Parliament for a long time, out of which some MPs are staying in America for various reasons. MP Pradeep Giri has been undergoing treatment for a long time. His condition is serious. Bhimsen Das Pradhan, Tulsi Thapa, Raghubir Mahaset, Julie Kumari Mahato, Shanta Chaudhary, Navraj Rawat are now in the US for various reasons. Similarly, Ganga Chaudhary, Karma Ghali are in India for treatment. Suresh Chandra Das, Shiv Kumar Mandal, Nagendra Kumar and Nirjala Raut have been absent from Parliament for a long time, citing household reason, whereas Dharmashila Chapagai is unwell. Vinod Kumar Chaudhary is on leave as he is out of Nepal for business work. The Ministry of Health and Population today confirmed the detection of 852 new cases of coronavirus infection, out of which 321 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the antigen test. With this, the total positive COVID count has reached 148,143. Likewise, the Health Ministry has recorded 0 deaths from COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. The ministry on 19th of May 2021 recorded 184 deaths, the highest daily number. As of today, the nationwide death toll from COVID has reached 11,990. Currently, there are 5,462 active cases in Nepal. Meanwhile, 328 patients of COVID-19 have recovered in the past 24 hours. As of today, a total of 976,937 people have recovered from the viral disease. Although there is a theoretical agreement to form an alliance in the upcoming federal and state assembly elections, the distribution of seats between the ruling parties has become complicated. Although the 11-member working group formed by the alliance has repeatedly discussed the modality of seat distribution and the election strategy, no consensus has been reached. The modality of seat distribution is based on the votes received by the parties in the parliamentary elections in 2017 and the votes received in the last local election. The alliance parties have stated that work is being done in the way to complete the work of seat distribution and share allocation by mid of September. As the seat allocation task force has not been able to reach an agreement, the situation is arising that the top leader will have to intervene. Due to the tendency of the coalition parties to claim more seats, there is a problem in the distribution of seats. The ruling Congress has maintained its claim of 100 out of 165 seats in the House of Representatives. In the ruling coalition party's working group, voices have been raised that candidates should be nominated based on the party that won the 2017 parliamentary election. In 2017, the Congress directly won 23 seats and the former CPN and the current Maoist won 36 seats. The Maoist also proposed to proceed on this basis. However, stating there will be no balance if proceeded as per Maoist proposal, Congress has said that local election votes should be considered the main basis. People's Socialist Party, Rashtriya Jana Morscha and others are demanding that they should get seats in a respectable manner. Prime Minister Sher Bahadur has said that the government is ready to lend the support required for the promotion and marketing of products manufactured with the use of domestic raw materials and homegrown technologies and skills. While inaugurating the 6th International Women's Trade Expo organized by the Federation of Women Entrepreneurs Association of Nepal in Lalitpur today, the Prime Minister insisted on the need of promoting goods and services based on homegrown skills and technologies, as well as on promoting the market for such products. The Prime Minister was of the view that the trade fair featuring the skills of women entrepreneurs would help promote the country's export business, contributing to the protection and sustainability of small and medium-scale industries run by Nepali women. Saying that the contribution of the private sector is very significant to making the economy dynamic. He mentioned that the private sector has been playing a leading role in creating employment and helping to increase the total domestic product of the country. The Prime Minister also appreciated the role played by the private sector for the country's economic development, expressing the belief that there would be more participation of women in the coming days. He urged to make it further extensive, well coordinated and balanced. Prime Minister Dioba pointed out the need for the government and private sector should move ahead, making coordination and collaborating to continue the supply system of essential goods and services by facing the possible challenges in the country's economy. CPN Maoist Center Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal has said that the process of polarizing and integrating the communist movement has begun. On the occasion of Ram Briksha Yadav's Memorial Day, Dahal said that the process of polarizing and unifying the communist movement has started in a program organized at the party office on Wednesday. Dahal said that he is still active in integrating the left-wing movement. He said that the election is also a phase of the struggle and said that they are trying to bring unity and polarizing among the leftists at this time. Referring to the decision of Baburam Bhattrai and Bamdev Gautam to contest the election under the symbol of the Maoist Center, and the decision of the Unified Socialist Party to form the Party Unity Coordination Committee, Dahal said that he felt that such things were positive development in unifying the leftist movement. The United Trade Union Network has announced a protest program demanding the immediate introduction of the Federal Civil Code. Stating that their demands from the first phase of the protest were not heard in a press conference organized in Kathmandu today, it was informed that the network announced the second phase of the protest. The network has also warned that if the demands of the second phase of the movement are not heard, they will be forced to continue the movement in a more vigorous manner. And they also warned that the government itself should be responsible for the situation arising from the vigorous movement. The network completed the first phase of the program on 18th of August 2022. Network has also announced the demonstration program for the next stage of protest from the 21st of August to 2nd of September. Now sports updates. The head coach of the Nepali national football team, Abdullah Al-Mutairi, has sent a reply letter to the All Nepal Football Association. Head coach Al-Mutairi sent a reply letter to ENFA through email today. After a dispute between Al-Mutairi and 10 players of the national team, ENFA formed an investigation committee under the coordination of former national player Victor Rana, who is also a former lieutenant of the army. ENFA sent a letter and asked for an answer from Al-Mutairi based on the report given by the same investigation committee. In the reply letter, Al-Mutairi has questioned the legitimacy of the investigation committee itself. Al-Mutairi claims that the committee is not legal. The committee, chaired by former national player Rana, included former football player Bidur Bista and the vice president of Nepal National and International Players Association, Deepak Thapa. The committee took 10 days to submit a 28-page report. In the report, the committee suggested 4 points pointing out Al-Mutairi's weaknesses. The report recommended to find another alternative for the head coach while maintaining the cooperation and agreement with the Qatar Football Association after the Asian Cup qualifying tournament. Al-Mutairi has been living there on a 3-month vacation after playing the Asian Cup qualifiers in Kuwait. ENFA is studying the response to the letter. ENFA had given the authority to decide on Al-Mutairi's issue to General Secretary Kiran Rai. Without making any decision about Al-Mutairi, the second meeting of the Working Committee of ENFA held on 11th of August appointed Pradeep Humagai as acting head coach. With this, we have come to the end of the news. Before wrapping up, here are the headlines once again. The House of Representatives endorses the bill to amend the Citizenship Act 2006, which was returned by President Vidya Devi Bhandari for a review without any changes. The lawmakers of the House of Representatives becoming irresponsible, attendance on meetings decreasing under various pretexts, some lawmakers busy with health treatment. No consensus on seat allocation between the ruling parties, although there is a theoretical agreement to form an alliance in the upcoming federal and state assembly elections. Efforts ongoing to manage seat allocation. Russian President Vladimir Putin offering money to women to have 10 or more children to restore the country's demographic crisis that emerged due to Russia's population declining and its military suffering heavy losses in Ukraine. And signs that the relationship between the All Nepal Football Association and the head coach Al-Mutairi worsening. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching Prime Times News.